because we need to move to a happier subject, such as Diddy's trafficking trial settlement.
A happier subject.
This tears friends apart less than
Yeah.
we can all agree on Diddy a little more.
That's the beauty of politics.
He
You're
in
not gonna agree on
trouble.
everything.
Yeah, Diddy's in super trouble.
He's
going
in
to stand
trouble.
trial for his federal trafficking and racketeering charges.
Hassan,
and it's starting
stop.
May 5th.
Hold on. You
Yes.
said he wasn't going to do no time. I was watching this clip earlier.
He's doing time on waiting to do time.
You said he wasn't going to do no time.
Like, he
No,
already
I mean,
doing time.
Again,
His time starting now. Time served.
Listen, I still haven't seen anything that's tangible that's saying that his man gonna do some time. Listen, the Bugsby dude, he was doing Deshaun Watson. He handled Deshaun Watson. So I already know that's a show. All right, I'm not entertaining that. I know that's
the 120 lawsuits.
yeah, the 120 lawsuits. I'm not, but this is where I'm stuck. This is where I'm at. If you was there, you seen it, right? Or you whatever, and you didn't say nothing until now because it's so convenient. I'm sorry. I can't take what you say seriously, because if you felt so compelled to say something now, why you didn't say nothing when you saw it? You feel me? You are part of the problem. So I can't take nobody serious who saw that or was part of it any type. If you was complicit any type of way, I cannot take you serious with what you say.
Okay,
That's just my opinion.
Okay, and I know he in trouble. He in big trouble.
I mean, of course, because they want his money.
But what's complicit? Like
You knew.
But what did I know?
Everybody, look, us humans, us humans here knew about Diddy freak-offs.
Yeah.
This is what David Banner was talking about when we had a clip a couple weeks ago. We knew about the shit. It's what we knew.
We knew.
Right.
But we ain't.
No.
I ain't know.
Because I mean, it's up to your
Like you
imagination.
said, there's other doors.
Right.
There's other
Crazy.
doors.
I mean,
yo.
but real talk,
my
we had.
imagination
But
was like, oh, that's what they do.
I mean, but really though, if you want to be real, it's been plenty of other parties. It's been plenty of other celebrities who was there, and they've been Cat Williams. Exactly. There's been plenty other celebrities
lot of
that
doors.
has been
Diddy
saying it, whether they were cracking jokes, whatever, been talking about this for years. So again, black folks, you knew about it, and now that somebody outside of our camp saying, "Oh, this is not good," now we all jumping on the bandwagon. Like, "Oh, let's cancel." Like, man, listen, I can't. This is why I'm a circle back.
I need to hear what's going on first before I really. I know you're in trouble, but okay, boom. Are you in trouble for drugging people? Is that what you're in trouble for? Are you in trouble for the guns? Are you in trouble for kids being at the parties? What are you
Exactly?
specifically?
It has to be the guns.
And the guns.
It's the gun.
That's it.
It's the gun.
That's it.
It has
That's
to be the
it.
guns.
But if it's kids at the party,
Nah.
I don't believe.
I'm having a hard time.
I don't believe that. Because we talk about A-list celebrities that was there at that.
When we're saying kids at the party, I'm talking about 17 kids at the party, like
minors.
They're going to play semantics.
I don't get it.
I don't believe
I don't
that.
understand
They're
why you
gonna
would
play
be
semantics.
underage
You know
in
they
a
are.
Diddy party. You can't drink.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm saying
Yeah,
18
you know that,
under
but
21.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but you know they're going to play the semantics card and stuff.
And this is where, and this is where I want people to start. Don't just anything, because it seems like right now anything that's thrown out there.
You
like
gotta be real.
it's
'cause
real.
gonna take
Jaguar,
you. Yes.
Jaguar, right? She's trending. This broke ass ain't got and everything she talk about. She was right. She was right. I'm like, really?
No.
You can't.
She know a lot of.
She knows a lot of stuff, but she's convoluted.
No, I don't even think she know a lot of people's
I don't know.
business.
I know.
I think
She knows.
she just be.
She knows some
No,
stuff.
I mean,
I think
she
she
knows.
definitely-
I believe she knows some.
But it's
Yeah.
just so much stuff that I think when
You
she tries
embellish
to,
so much that
that
the
part.
truth that you're speaking is
it's
lost.
convoluted
in all
and
the
everything. Yeah,
embellishment.
that water's very murky. No
Yeah.
matter what, her water.
No, I
she got
believe
murky
she
water.
was there at those parties. I believe
I
she's
believe
seen
so.
I
So
just-
too.
I just believe
But
she's
then-
convoluted
but
it
then,
with
like
the,
I say, though,
the fake stuff.
As you keep talking, you're pretty much just as guilty as everybody else. It probably even more because you're the one talking just so freely. Instead of telling the authorities, you're just telling Facebook and, social media. So you're complicit. You're complicit in all this stuff that you're talking.
As of right now, the only thing that I hear is talking about the drugs. I mean, you can't
the fun stuff.
Yeah, you can't.
I have to be there to really make a judgment.
And outside of that, the only thing they got on him, which again, the guns part is still going to be hard to prove because did you get it off him? You feel what I'm saying?
As much as you want to call Diddy a bad boy and he's in trouble, I'm still sounding like a lot of fun. Yeah. Still sounding like a good time.
Like I said, man, I give me something specific that he done.
I need details.
I need something specific that he done because as of right now, I'm not convicting this man because he had the power to have a bunch of multiple bodies in it. When we got that we know that go to swinger parties. You feel what I'm saying? Or they doing 2 and threesome in they house. So I don't want to hear that. It seems like that's hating because when they talk about Mile High, he was actually doing it. Yeah,
he was living the life.
Right, he was exactly. So I don't want to hear that, and that's the noise that I'm hearing most because I haven't seen nothing tangible outside them guns. Outside them guns.
No.
What?
We saw him whip up on what?
No, we talking about the case.
That's going to come into this case.
It doesn't matter. No, it's not. No, it's not.
That has to be excluded.
Asking.
No, it has to be.
It can't. So right now,
they're trying to figure out who even leaked that to begin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they're looking at Homeland.
You're saying they're asking who leaked that?
Yeah, because they wasn't supposed to.
Because they weren't supposed to leak that.
Right.
That's evidence in this house.
That's prejudice. You can get a trial overturned just for that.
Who? I'm not going to say who I think leaked it, but I mean, who had
the agents? Somebody who was
exactly like.
But that video was not supposed to come out.
Exactly. So the thing I'm trying to say is, this is it's turning to me. It's looking like a witch hunt. Yeah. And it reminds me. It reminds me of this Bill Cosby, bro.
And as much as y'all are like, they're not going to play that tape. It can't be held as evidence and stuff.
It can't be.
But
it's already out.
It ain't no but.
It's already out.
It's already in the back of your mind.
Of course, but even if you try to bring it up in court, they can strike.
No, you're not going to bring it up in
court.
Right. You can't, but it's going to be.
So again, we're talking about facts here. We can't. You can put all the emotion, whatever. It's the facts is what's gonna get them fined, not guilty or guilty. And as of right now, nothing has came out.
Guns.
The guns is the only thing, and you still gotta prove
you
that
saying that's the only thing. It's New York, and they got no serial numbers.
But did you get the guns off me? No, you did.
If they're at your house,
they were on this.
So what? Somebody listen, bro. He a billionaire. You don't think nobody gonna step?
You're responsible for anything in your house.
But see, listen, bro. And this is where money. And this is where I'm keep trying to remind people: when you got money and resources, when you go from being a replaceable to an irreplaceable, the rules isn't the same, bro. It isn't. It isn't the same.
Puffy's time might have caught up with him.
I don't think so.
I think
how it came up with him.
I think Karma might have caught up with him. You had all your other artists do. I think Karma might have caught up with
again, and that's weak. And if we're gonna sit here and say, well, because you did all this here, this is probably what you deserve. That don't make sense, bro.
You need the evidence.
You need the evidence to convict him. And what they coming out right now is more of a embarrassment smear campaign. And in my aspect, what's embarrassing that this man had? I don't know. When we got that, we know they try to do it now.
The Feds usually gonna have something. We're gonna wait to see. Like you say, right now, I got the guns. That's what I think they're gonna.
I know he can get around that. He can get around that because when you got access of money and resources and power, bro, you do not play by the regular rules that we got to play. It's not the same.
That's true.
That is true, but
they were scratched off serial.
You're right.
You have enough money to do it the right way.
And you're right. And again, so now this where the legal loopholes and where these lawyers can start talking this shit, where money buys that shit. where he might be able to slide off, and even if he don't, he might get some probation. The point is,
hell no,
Number one, where the guns? Number one, where did they get the guns out of house? Which house? California, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I think
so if it's California, that's a whole set of rules that's different from what the case
Florida.
is. Right?
And that's terrible.
Right.
It's terrible out there too, though.
It's different. So like I said, it's some wiggle room there. We can't see it right now. I can't, because like I said, if you aspire, and I do, to get there.
He needs you on his case.
Goddamn.
If it was up to you, he wouldn't be locked up right now.
No, he wouldn't. What the fuck he gonna get locked up for? Because he doing something that most of the average trying to do right now. And in some cases, is doing it. We're going
to see what they got on Diddy. Yeah. We're going to see. I'm going to be. It's going to be.
What you doing with that baby oil?
Who? I ain't got no baby oil.
No, they let him know about the baby oil to embarrass him. That's all. That was
and
the dildos and the tape,
which is not outside the Cassidy thing. The other shit that they talking about, in my eyes, it's not embarrassing when you got the average American trying to do that shit. They doing it in the private of their home.
He's living most guys' dream. Like he's living most guys' dream.
The point is, and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna reiterate what my man was saying about we knew about this. We got outsiders perpetuating it, right? And now we on this witch hunt, and I'm just like, yo, back up for a minute. Unless there's something that's out there. We saw the Cassie bad. Can't take that away.
Well, you're not going to have anything out there because the feds aren't going to drop. They're not going to.
They drop that. They drop their goddamn thing else. They dropping tea leaves every damn where else.
They're just keeping you because they're going to have something.
So,
they haven't dropped what they got.
Right. So again, like I said, they don't. In my opinion, they ain't got. They don't have nothing on this man because you leaking all this other shit.
We'll see.
In my opinion, it's just a campaign smear.
We'll see. We will see.
Let me give you an example. And this is a play card that they do. When you have somebody that's superior over you, right? How can they get hold to you with the support of people who normally wouldn't support you? You gotta dehumanize them. And I said this about a month ago. When it comes to the media and they start talking about black bodies, it all you gotta do is drop some bullshit, and the rest is you don't even care about the truth that comes along with that stuff. We seen this playbook before with Bill Cosby. He tried to get NBC. They dropped some. Case got overturned because why? It was some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? You sitting here, same thing with P. Diddy. Why perpetuated? Because of that Ciroc. You feel what I'm saying? It was where he called that company racist. He tried to buy that. Somebody probably has. Because why? They was at his parties and they told on him because they trying to get his ass out the way.
Because your party should be exclusive. You shouldn't have everybody at these parties. Everybody shouldn't be at the freak off.
Well, it ain't everybody.
You go to the regular party. You go to the before 12 party. But once the freak off get off, it's exclusivity. Exclusivity. Only a couple people coming to the freak off. And that's what Diddy's problem is. Too many people knew about freak offs. They knew about the regular parties too, but too many people knew about the freaky deaky parties. That's the problem.
But the ones that knew about it, that told about it, they was quote unquote A-list celebrities. Cat Williams considered A-list celebrity? Do you consider Cat Williams
Not A, but I consider him up there. But I gotta say my ass.
So it's either he ain't A, he got to be B. Do you consider Cat Williams A-list celebrity?
A-list?
Yeah.
Nah. A-list is like Brad Pitt in them. Like that's A-list. Denzel, Will.
Okay, so how do you get A-list A-list status? Based off your success and what you do. So in this case, we talking about Denzel. We talking about based off all his successful movies that he have done that we may or may not like. True or false? If I'm wrong, please tell me. Mm-hmm. That's what considered A-list, right? Mm-hmm. All right, then. So, Cat Williams, he was one of the top, we can say top 10
comedians.
He's a top comedian. He's an A-list comedian.
Right.
Yeah,
so
A-list comedian.
So, A-list comedian, what would you consider top 10, right?
But not celebrity.
Why? Everybody knows Cat Williams. Cat Williams been on and been various movies like that outside of comedian.
Yeah. I mean,
so he
white people know who Cat Williams.
White, exactly. So he considered A-list.
You do remember he has the biggest interview with Shannon Sharp on
True.
YouTube.
Right. So now
the whole
he's
white
A-list.
people know who he is.
Exactly. So he's A-list. He told it. Who told it was the ones that was quote unquote A-list people. They told it. They've been saying this for years. How else we would know?
They told you. You just didn't listen. So
right.
We're gonna keep an eye on Diddy. Of course, Diddy, if convicted, is facing 15 years to life for all the charges.
Did you give us when the court dates? When it was supposed to start?
May 5th.
Wow. That's in May.
Yep, May 2025.
So Diddy got to sit in jail, no bail, from now until May 5th.
I mean, they gonna keep trying.
They gonna keep trying, and they should, because man.
Oh yeah, of course
you got Trump out. You got Trump out here convicted of 34 felonies, and they pushed his sentences off until after the election.
That is kind of crazy.
So let it hang out there.
I don't even think Diddy got that many felonies.
He don't have none. None. Like let that shit out there, people.
Those trafficking charges aren't felonies.
Who got trafficked? So Diddy got trafficking charges.
He ain't got 34 though.
Not convicted.
He's not convicted.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying.
Okay, so what I'm saying is,
no, he has the felonies. He's just not convicted felonies.
Yeah,
but
all right then. So
34.
now, so again, we have a man who's running for president, convicted 34 times.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court said, hey, listen, we're going to hold off his sentencing after the election. So if he wins the election, he gets to pardon himself. Like, let that shit hang out there.
Only in
But
America.
we got a black man who actually done something for the black community, who has no convictions, can't even get out on bond.
Only in America.
Like that's a two-tier justice, and one of them, right, is a get out the mud billionaire versus the other one. Daddy done gave him some money. Like let that just hang out there for a minute.
That's what hurts the most. You got it out the mud to give it all back. Oh, you had money on top of money on top of that money, and they try to take all that shit back. And then some.
So then now, let's go back. So let's go back to it. See, look, it just strengthened my argument. What did I say in the election? What you need? You need money, and you need voting power. So if you got this black billionaire right here who got the money, who can put it behind certain progressive Democrats that may help you for what you want, right? He's taking off the map. You just strengthening it. You just strengthening white supremacy right there, dog. I didn't mean cut you off. I just sat right here and said we don't have no black person. Out of all the millionaires and billionaires we got, none of them cracked the top 100, 50, 25, 15, 10. It's all white, Asian, or Arab.
If I was to tell you that Puffy was the O, you would have never believed me. Puffy gonna be O-wing by the time all this said and done. They're gonna take but they're gonna take all his money. Yeah. They're gonna take all his money.
We got
that's crazy.
One thing. We got a comment that's saying Ms. Moore. She said she don't like the sentiment that assuming being a philanthropist cancel out poor character.
That's
no,
true.
it don't.
No,
but
it doesn't.
It doesn't. But the fact remains is how many of these white been doing that, and they're still holding on to power.
Many people, there's still a segment that are willing participants.
Yeah,
there's still these parties. There were some willing participants at this party. So I'm not going to say it was poor character. People live how they want to live.
One thing that he hasn't been charged with is any.
Now, okay, if that Cassie tape never would have leaked, that skews it all. But
that was the purpose of it leaking.
Exactly.
That out,
it was to have the public turn on it.
That's what they want.
Just the man living his life. Some people might not agree with it, but most men, if they had the ability to live life like that.
But the crazy part about it is that some of the people that don't agree with it, a lot of them is doing it or trying to do it. That's the craziness of this. He just not faking that shit. He's doing it. Sitting out here faking like, oh, that's bad. Look at Mark Roberts. What he get in trouble for? He coming out here with a glass house like he don't do this. That's why I say you got one who's telling you, hey, this is how we down. We getting down the fronting. and then now you get called out on it, you can't even turn back from it. So that's why I said, let's just balance this stuff out.
Republican life. You can't admit that you're a freak if you're a Republican. You can't go out. You can't say you a freaky deaky if you're a Republican. That's against the rule.
You can't be out loud with it.
That's against the rule.
That's like you can't be out loud saying, hey, look, black folks, I'm gonna do something strictly for you without upsetting somebody else. You gotta get your ass in there, get the power brokers in there so they can help push this agenda, so they can direct something for black folks. Regardless, you still gotta play. You gotta pay to play. You got to pay to play, either voting or putting money in or both.
Okay, so Robin asked, the tape happened. Why do we keep harping on the fact that it was leaked? Well, the reason we keep harping on it is because it was not supposed to be leaked.
They want you to clear it from your mind.
It's like if somebody's building a case against you, you can't leak the evidence to the general public before the trial. That's just...
But it's out. So regardless of what,
I understand what you're saying.
You're never going to forget it.
I know, but what I'm saying is it's a problem because that type of thing should not leak to the general public. However it got out there. That's like undermining the whole investigation.
The investigation.
Because it literally has nothing to do with it, but we've already formed an opinion.
But we're here.
Right.
So it should have not leaked.
And it
that was the reason why.
And it's the classic playbook. The classic playbook, you dehumanize that person. Now you can go in and do what you want to do.
Yeah, pretty much. And for the record, I think Diddy's a piece for doing that. But I mean, I'm not going to look at this on an emotional level. I mean, if I was being investigated or something, I would hate for something that has nothing to do with the crime to be leaked to the general public.
And it's all... Go ahead. No, because like I said, the whole thing is to dehumanize them. Then once you accomplish that, where everybody done turned on them, now you can go in and do what you want to do.
We're going